My academic planning actually started when I was in preschool. We learned about doctors, and I decided that I wanted to become a doctor. My mom is a nurse, and so she was an inspiration for me as well. And my dad always told me it's a lot of school, but if you get the school done, then you can make it as far as you want to go. And so from that point on, I decided I would do everything in my power to try to get to where I wanted to be. And I took every step I could. In high school, I participated in the clinical rotations program, where I spent 8 hours a week job shadowing different medical professionals in different medical environments. My favorite happened to be the emergency room because of how spontaneous it was. There was always something new to see and something for me to do, and I got to know the staff very well. And so I decided from that point that I wanted to become an ER doctor. And then I applied to BYU for the major of public health, and I stuck with that throughout. I started in the spring of last year, and spring and summer, and then I got into fall semester, and that's when things started to get difficult. I was taking Chem 105, and I ended up dropping it, and I kind of wanted to change what I was doing because I wasn't satisfied with how my education was going, and I wasn't taking the steps that I needed to get where I wanted to be. I like to think of myself as Forrest Gump in the following video clip, and I'll explain why after the video clip.
Lieutenant Dan, what are you doing here?
Well, thought I'd try out my sea legs.
Well, you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
In the fall semester, I was just like Forrest Gump. I was sailing along, and then suddenly I got very distracted by something else that I saw, which was actually an opportunity in information systems. I'm very good with computers, I always have been, and so I thought that maybe that's what I wanted to do. So I jumped ship and I swam to the shore just to see this opportunity, and I lost my focus on everything that I was doing, and the ship kept sailing. So I ultimately decided to get into this class so that I could figure out what exactly I wanted to do. And I've actually learned quite a lot. And I think the most simple but profound thing for me that I have learned is that I can stick with medical, and there's so many other things that I can do with it. I don't have to become a doctor. I'd like to, but there's so many opportunities, and I like to think of it as another scene in Forrest Gump.
Anyway, like I was saying, shrimp is the fruit of the sea. You can barbecue it, boil it, broil it, bake it, saute it. There's shrimp kebabs, shrimp creole, shrimp gumbo, pan fried, deep fried, stir fried. There's pineapple shrimp, lemon shrimp, coconut shrimp, pepper shrimp, shrimp soup, shrimp stew, shrimp salad, shrimp and potatoes, shrimp burger, shrimp sandwich. That's about it.
I can do so many things in the medical field, like be an EMT, X-ray technician, CT technician, nurse practitioner, physician's assistant, and so on. There's so many opportunities out there, and I like to compare that to the scene of Bubba talking about all the different things you can have with shrimp, because it's the exact same thing for a career in the medical field, and I think it adds a little humor as well. In the future, in order to become a doctor or have a career in the medical field, I need to first off start with education. I need to improve my grades, improve my study habits, and definitely be more motivated. I'm finishing freshman year, and I feel like I really haven't accomplished that much. So that's something that I want to set a goal for, is to feel more accomplishment, feel more satisfied with what I'm doing, and just ultimately be happy with what I'm doing. I need to participate in more of like a internship and research position. If I want to go to medical school, they're definitely going to look for that. So that's one of my goals for the future as well. If I do end up going to medical school, I'll need some work experience in there. And so I'd probably plan on becoming an EMT at that point, just like most people do. I feel like you get out there, you get field experience, you see everything, which is also right up my alley with emergency stuff, because EMTs always get to respond to those sort of calls. And so I think that would be a great opportunity for me to learn and to grow. It would definitely be motivation for me to work harder, especially as I apply to medical school. And if I got in, it would definitely be more of a motivation. I definitely want to be able to support a family in whatever I do. So being an EMT is great and all, but it's definitely only one of the steps that I would take. There's definitely greater steps out there that I would strive for. This has ultimately been a great class for me to sort of realize myself, what I need to do. I haven't changed my mind on what I want to do, which is good because I have that goal and I want to stick with that. But it's definitely helped me realize more of what has to be done, how I have to think about it, and what I can do to get there to my goal in the future.